Hello, welcome to this week's book review video. Today we're going to be discussing a very creepy, very beautifully written, very succinct novella by Victor LaValle, The Ballad of Black Tom. The Ballad of Black Tom is a retelling of H.P. Lovecraft's very popular short story, The Horror at Red Hook, but told from the perspective of a black man, which adds another layer to this story. Having not read The Horror at Red Hook, I can't tell you which version of the story is better, but from what I've heard from various critics and other readers, The Ballad of Black Tom adds an extra layer when told from the perspective of a black man. There's a racial lens that allows you to view the story from a different angle, and Victor LaValle masterfully uses The Ballad of Black Tom as a way to critique racist power structures in society, particularly in America in the 1920s, but also a lot of these critiques are still relevant in the modern day. I found it very easy to relate to the protagonist of this story and to feel empathy for him. He is a black man in the 1920s in New York, and even though he's born and lives in Harlem, he still is treated like an outsider in his own city. Our protagonist is treated with both disdain and cruelty throughout the story, and while reading The Ballad of Black Tom, I kept asking myself this question: is it better to be treated with cruelty and hate or indifference? Is it better for your enemy to ignore you or to treat you harshly? And that's one central question that The Ballad of Black Tom is centered on. In life, there are many things that are outside of our control, especially if you are a person that lives in a society where you don't have as many rights as those around you. And our protagonist is thrust into the middle of a conflict with powers and beings outside of his understanding, and he's just trying to navigate it the best he can. And that's very easy to relate to. In life, unless you're a part of a very small minority of human society, there's a lot of things outside of your control. We don't get to drive and direct the future, the destiny of the world, or any of those big things. We all seem to be playing a very insignificant part in the grand scheme of things. And our protagonist is trying to pass that precipice from indifferent, insignificant, to important and central to the narrative of this mass story and conspiracy. The Ballad of Black Tom is the story of a man pushed to the edge. A man who's forced to do things that he thinks are morally abhorrent because he feels like he has no other choice. And in 2022, who can relate to that? So, I enjoyed The Ballad of Black Tom. 4 out of 5 stars. I wish it was longer. It's very short. You can finish it in an afternoon. But it's a very telling critique on racism and unfair power structures. It is very creepy, very well written, very dark imagery, and some pretty disturbing stuff happens. So if you want to feel unsettled, disturbed, but also you want to ask yourself some deep questions, I think The Ballad of Black Tom is a good story for you to pick up. And it's only a few hours long, so what do you have to lose? Thank you for watching my video, guys. If you liked it, push that little thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel if you want to hear me talk about any other books. And I'll see you next time.